I'm the Doctor, and along with CK, we'd like to welcome you to the Pro Wrestling Express WrestlePlex. Tonight, a chance to see it all as it happened. The People's Champion, T Rantula, versus the leader of the Gentleman's Club, Mad Mike, in a battle for the ages.
It's going to be dangerous.
Saturday, April 11th at the PWX WrestlePlex. It's the first annual Wrestling Roulette, the event created by you, the fans. 16 names drawn at random, 8 teams created by chance, fighting for an invitation to the main event, the Battle Royal. Only one man will win, and he automatically receives a slot at the Heavyweight Championship. It's the Wrestling Roulette. Saturday night, April 11th.
Folks, I'm the Doctor, and along with CK, we're joined tonight by Buff. Welcome back, and it's good to see you again.
Doc, I'm loving being back in the Berg. I got another question here, though. How did these two get together, this bomb squad? When I left, they were on opposite sides of the tracks, and now I'm seeing Colonel Payne out here in new colors, in the black and blue, with the Bone Crusher. How'd these two guys get together?
Bone Crusher had what amounts to a Copernican revelation. He realized that the universe does not revolve around the Gentleman's Club, and when he saw the way that Gentleman Joe and his minions had begun to attack the Colonel, he finally said, enough is enough. Went to rush to the Colonel's aid at the Friday the 13th brawl, and now...
Friday the 13th, part 1. We need to clarify that, Doc.
Friday the 13th, part 1. And now Bone Crusher likes to be called BC, and he is hooked up with the Colonel and a fine new tag team called the Bomb Squad. They're 1-0 so far in their debut, looking very impressive.
These are two guys I think have been tag team specialists. Both of them hold the gold, and they fought each other for that gold. How are they going to work together as a team, CK?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think they know a lot about each other. They also know that they both have a lot of heart. And it really was. It was such a nasty breakup between BC and the rest of the Gentleman's Club that but for Colonel Payne, BC might not be here in front of us. And it really took the two of them in order to survive that fight. And they really have formed a strong alliance, and they're doing real well in the tag team scene.
Now, Buff, you know you don't confuse liking someone with respecting him. And I guarantee you, these two guys on the Bomb Squad, when they fought against one another, developed a tremendous measure of respect.
Oh, you're right, Doc. They certainly did. They respected each other's abilities. They may have hated each other, and I'm sure they did. That's why I'm not really sure how this team's going to work. They look like a pretty cohesive unit right now, but you think it'll last?
There's a power bomb by BC delivered on Brandon Kay. Wants to get a 3 count, but Venom, the referee, Scott Venom, out of position. And, gee, there's a surprise, CK.
Well, Scott Venom, I think it's on record that he's not the Doctor's favorite official in the PWX.
Boy, there's an outstanding front suplex delivered by the Bone Crusher. Brandon Kay probably wishes he were back where he came from.
Well, the Bone Crusher now, BC is completely in control. Actually, Brandon Kay actually takes it to him, and now he did the wise thing. He tagged out to Barry Ray.
BC telegraphed that move. He was going to go for the flip on Brandon Kay. Kay caught him and gave him a flip of his own.
Colonel Payne showing that tag team experience. He wasn't about to let his guy go over in a big vertical suplex, and now Brandon Kay returned the favor.
Boy, talk about identical styles. They're matching each other move for move. Nice suplex delivered there by boring Barry Ray.
Wow, that's tough because Barry Ray, in order to get BC over, he's got such a low center of gravity, it's tough to get him over. There we go with the monkey roll. He did it again.
An excellent wrestler, but known to the fans here in the WrestlePlex for some ungodly reason is boring Barry Ray. But he'll give you your money's worth, folks.
I'll tell you what, I think that cheer psychs him up, as a matter of fact.
Here's a spinning donkey kick delivered on BC, and Bone Crusher's been laying, he's been involved in most of the action here. He has not been able to get over there and give the Colonel a lot of tags, and now Brandon Kay, with help from Barry Ray, is able to deliver that big splash off the top rope.
I'll tell you what, BC really needs to get his head back into this match, because if they lose this match, he and Colonel Payne, the team of the Bomb Squad, is really going to be set back as far as tag team contenders
Brandon Kay has turned things around, and now his debut looks like a sparkling one.
Barry Ray, and quick enough for the save. Barry Ray is a veteran. He's been around the ring up and down the road a few times, and he's no slouch. They're going to have to keep their eye on him.
Well, Barry Ray probably recognizes this is one of the biggest matches he's ever involved with. If he can get a win over a tag team that's really, really hot right now, and that's the Bomb Squad, then that'll go a long way towards furthering his career.
BC throws Brandon Kay into the ropes and catches him with the big clothesline.
Big clothesline.
Now he says to his partner, here it comes, we're ready for you to come on in. Let's try to finish this match. He takes Brandon Kay up, takes him down hard with the jawbreaker. And here comes the Colonel from the top with the heart punch.
Big punch from the top rope, and that's
all
it.
over. The Bomb Squad takes Barry Ray and Brandon Kay down.
Bomb Squad making not exactly quick work, but they made it methodical, and they beat the team of Brandon Kay and Barry Ray here tonight.
Really working well together. It's the Bomb Squad.
And the doctor's going to head to ringside right now to try to get a talk with one of the newest teams here in PWX. That's the team of the Bomb Squad with BC and Colonel Payne.
Gentlemen, the Bomb Squad, the newest and most impressive tag team in PWX. BC, tell me, how have you been able to react to getting a new partner? You guys seem to be wrestling very well together.
Well, it's tough, but when you're tag team specialists like we are, you know, it just gels together.
Colonel, a fine finishing move, a heart punch delivered from 15 feet in the air. How do you like wrestling with your new partner?
Hey, it's great. And the biggest thing about the Bomb Squad is we're undefeated.
Very impressive, folks. There they are, the members of the Bomb Squad, BC and Colonel Payne.
JB,
Denny.
Darlene,
Tradition Rules t-shirt.
why are we here? They don't want to see us. Get the point.
Get the shirt.
To order your Tradition Rules t-shirt, send check or money order to Hometown Sports, 833 East Pittsburgh McKeesport Boulevard, North Versailles, PA, 15137. The price is only $15 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Order today!
Don, Cindy, it's not good news. Billy's brain has been severely damaged.
I just called 911. Let the paramedics handle it.
I think I heard something crack.
Your mother was always so healthy. She was just in the hospital for a checkup.
Dad, I really think that you need to talk to an attorney.
Protect your loved ones. Protect yourself. Call us at Prabanic and Prabanic.
Stop in at the Gun Rack to see our wide selection of new and used handguns and rifles at reasonable prices. The Gun Rack has reloading supplies, military relics, edged weapons, as well as antique and modern collectibles, plus a great assortment of accessories. We also specialize in gun repair and rebluing. Located on Route 136 between Route 51 and West Newton, Pennsylvania. Call 412-872-7774. That's 872-7774.
Heavyweight pizza, that's what that is.
Oh, great.
It's wonderful.
Great.
It's awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
JB, what's your favorite part here?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this is a heavyweight pizza, but to me, the main event are the wings.
The wings.
Yeah.
Figures, you little high flyer.
Oh, all right.
I gotta go with the Mama's Pizza Pie myself.
Yeah, you know
You
what?
like that?
They got a large special going on. Large pepperoni pizza, $5.99 every day delivered.
Oh,
You can't beat it.
No, you can't beat that.
Woo!
CK, here they are, the two junior members of the Wrong Crowd, if you will. That's Mr. Big and Jimmy Anjel.
That's exactly right. We got two members of the Wrong Crowd here in tag team action, Jimmy Anjel and Mr. Big.
Anjel has impressed us over the last couple of months with his abilities inside the squared circle. Truly, he has been able to learn a few things from Atlas and Anthony.
They are not popular here as the crowd is really laying into them as they're standing in the ring prepping for this match.
Oh, and there's that banjo music. That means one of two things. Either Ned Beatty's about to get it again, or Country Boy Chris is going to make his way into the squared circle.
Here we go, Country Boy Chris and JT Nightmare taking on members of the Wrong Crowd.
There he is, He's a crowd favorite, is the Man Mountain Country Boy Chris. He's in there with JT Nightmare. This is a new team.
I'll tell you what, with Country Boy Chris, he's had a very miserable end of 1997. He was on a huge losing streak. He just had a pretty big victory over Leviathan by disqualification a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if he can keep those winning ways going.
Gonna try to turn that long losing streak now into kind of a minor winning streak is the Man Mountain. Got himself teamed up now with JT Nightmare, and a victory over the wrong crowd in any form is a feather in these wrestlers' caps.
Well, you got Jimmy Angel and Mr. Big. These guys have been members of the wrong crowd here for quite some time, so they've got to have the advantage as far as teamwork's concerned.
Oh, and Angel's not happy. It looks like he touched part of the Man Mountain's wardrobe there, and you know, Country Boy Chris was probably out spreading some of the droppings on the back 40 there, and may have got a little bit on his shirt.
He's going to have to wait for that disinfectant. He's going to have to get through this match before he can get some.
Oh, the old factory's bothering us tonight as the Man Mountain brings part of the farm in with him.
Jimmy Angel's really trying to psych out game. Country Boy Chris is ready to go. Jimmy Angel's doing a little bit of stalling here.
Well, when you look at the size advantage Man Mountain Chris holds, he looks like two Jimmy Angels standing there.
And he just grabbed him and threw him over in a modified hip toss. Country Boy Chris is really ready for this match. He's fired up.
Well, you better believe that was modified, brother, because that's a whole lot of toss and a whole lot of hip.
Well, this is part of the way the wrong crowd conducts business. They try to keep it cool. They try to maintain control. He's not going to rush in here.
The philosophy of the wrong crowd, if you can't get the early advantage,
what a waste
by
of
any means
effort.
necessary.
You're not going to hip toss Country Boy Chris. I don't care who you are there, Jimmy Angel.
Angel and Mr. Big don't really know what to think of the big country boy in the ring now. JT Nightmare and Mr. Big both just kind of biding their own time. The Country Boy Chris is going to try to take advantage of this capacity crowd.
Well, the crowd is definitely on his side. Country Boy Chris and JT Nightmare, they're in the position to try to use that crowd energy into an advantage.
This WrestlePlex has been expanded for these matches by over 200 new seats. We've got almost 1,000 people in here tonight.
And we've still sold out. This is now 4 weeks in a row we've sold out these TV shows.
Folks, remember, if you want to come and see the Pro Wrestling Express action in person, you need to dial this number, 673-2811.
And that line is always active, always active. They'll give you the information on the upcoming cards, and I'll tell you what, it pays to get your tickets early.
Get your tickets, get your information, but by any means necessary, get your butts down here.
And now we've got Mr. Big in there against Country Boy Chris. A lot of stalling tactics here going on, and the more this goes on, the more the advantage has got to go to the members of the wrong crowd.
That's right. The wrong crowd has a strategy. You know, Alice and Anthony, two of the finest tag team wrestlers in professional wrestling history, have taken their proteges and tried to teach them the finer art of gamesmanship.
Well, you're talking about two really sort of inexperienced teams here, although Jimmy Angel and Mr. Big have faced a higher caliber of opponents, but whoever comes out on top on this match, that's really going to be a big win and a big feather in their cap.
Here we are, collar and elbow lock up in the middle. Nightmare wrestles Mr. Big back into the corner, and that referee's going to get in and try to break it up. All Scott Venom did there was get JT Nightmare a face full of fingers from Mr. Big.
That's exactly right. Big slam by Mr. Big. He's got JT Nightmare down now, and he's tagging out.
Quick tag, something we see all the time from the wrong crowd. As Angel in there now, he's going to take out Nightmare and whip him off the rope. Nice.
Well, you're talking about the wrong crowd really have mastered the art of tag team wrestling, and so it's only natural that the two proteges of Paul Atlas and Bad Attitude Brian Anthony have really sort of taken to tag team wrestling.
Angel executing the step over toe hold there to perfection, and Mr. Big, who was a little late getting out of the ring after the tag, able to follow it up with a big elbow to the back of JT Nightmare's head, and they've got him back in their corner again.
JT Nightmare's in trouble now. What he needs to do, he needs to get that tag to the big man, Country Boy Chris.
There's a submission hold. It looks like sort of an abdominal stretch, and now he's going to take it around into a nice suplex with an arm bar.
That was the ball and chain. That's an amateur wrestling maneuver. And he got him over, and he got the pinfall.
Got him down quickly.
Oh.
A good victory there for the members of the Wrong Crowd.
That was a little too much for JT Nightmare and Country Boy Chris. JT Nightmare a little inexperienced as far as tag team matches, especially with the partner Country Boy Chris. You guys can't take on an opponent of the quality of the Wrong Crowd and expect to win. Hard-fought battle. You need to look at the tape and learn some lessons. Come back a little bit later. Jimmy Angel, Mr. Big, just a little too much for the members of the Wrong Crowd. Country Boy Chris and JT Nightmare.
Jimmy Angel, Mr. Big. Turn around here so we can see you guys. Two members of the Wrong Crowd. A terrific victory tonight, fellas.
Tag team wrestling at PWX is the Wrong Crowd. You want the belts? You got to come through the big man. That's all we got to say to you.
Folks, there it is, the junior members of the Wrong Crowd. A very impressive victory here tonight.
Put PWX to work for you. If you represent a local nonprofit organization, Pro Wrestling Express is the right answer to your fundraising needs. High schools, civic groups, fire halls, and charitable organizations have already reaped the financial benefits of working with the most reputable, the most successful, and the most popular name in tri-state wrestling. PWX offers events to meet your fundraising needs. Call 673-2811 during normal business hours to get PWX to work for you.
Wrestling fans, I'd like to introduce you to a new segment. We call this the Sidebar. I'm CK, and I'm joined right now by the insiders of the PWX. We've got Buff Mark Wilhelm, and we've got Spiffy Sean. And tonight we're going to be discussing one of the hot topics right now in the Professional Wrestling Express, and that is the tag team of the Bomb Squad. The new tag team on the scene, a team comprised of Colonel Payne and BC, the wrestler formerly known as Bone Crusher. And with BC, Buff, we're talking about a pretty tough customer.
We really are. Bone Crusher is a tough guy, but he's not only just a tough guy, he's the strongest guy in PWX. He's the only man to slam the behemoth Country Boy Chris. Bone Crusher is also the cornerstone of the Gentlemen's Club less than a month ago. That kind of really makes this tag team unpredictable and kind of unique of how these guys came together. Bone Crusher taught the Gentlemen's Club how to wear the gold and how to carry the gold with respect and some dignity. He taught Mad Mike everything he knows. He taught Quinn Magnum everything he knows. And now they're just kind of tossing him aside. He kind of had a falling out with Mad Mike. Mike was using Bone Crusher to take the beatings that were meant for him coming from T Rantula and the Web. He needed a friend. He saw the writing on the wall. He was on his way out with the Gentlemen's Club, and he found that French on whenever he ran into Colonel Payne.
You're right, Mark. He did find that friend of Colonel Payne. Now, Colonel Payne, much like BC, a former PWX World Tag Team Champion, he won the belts with Big Papa Gator. Now, Big Papa went on to bigger and better things in Las Vegas, as we all know. Colonel Payne kind of found himself, a man without a cause. He got in a little rut here in PWX, as we like to say. Didn't really know what direction to take his career. Actually went as far as to hang the boots up for a little while, guys. But now we see a new direction and a new spark in BC and Colonel Payne as the Bomb Squad. CK, we saw that happen and come to pass at Friday the 13th, Part 1.
Friday the 13th, Part 1, we're not only talking about a spark, we were talking about an absolute explosion. That was ground zero. It was on that night that the Gentlemen's Club was taking on the Web Gang. However, by the end of that match, Quinn Magnum and Mad Mike had jumped Bone Crusher. He was being attacked by his own partners. And it wasn't until Colonel Payne, who had been in disguise in the audience at that point, came out and made the save, and a new tag team was formed right there on the spot. Buff, it remains to be seen how successful these guys are going to be.
So far, they've been very successful. In fact, right now, they're still undefeated. But to make no mistake about it, they've only had a couple of matches together. They're not the Wrong Crowd. The Wrong Crowd is by far the top tag team in Pro Wrestling Express. They're the heavyweight champions right now. And they're the heavyweight champions because they've beaten the usual suspects. They've turned back the Dog Pound. They've taken on the Web. Anybody that's come after their belts, they've turned down the challenge. The Bomb Squad, I don't think they're going to be any different. If they try it now, it's not going to happen. The Wrong Crowd's too good for them right now, Sean.
You're right, Buff. We have a formidable combination in Paul Atlas and Brian Anthony, the likes of which I haven't seen since a young Midnight Express burst on the scene in the early 80s. They work so well as a tag team that it's almost impossible for anybody to come along and beat them, much less a team with the inexperience that the Bomb Squad has right now. Don't get me wrong, the Bomb Squad is a good tag team, and they're going to get much better as time goes on. Give them 6 months, give them a year, they might be contenders for the tag team gold. Right now, they don't have a shot. Paul Atlas said it best when he said, Bomb Squad, you're going to get the tag team gold when you pry from their cold, dead hands, and I tend to agree with him. CK?
Well, to conclude this, I think it's safe to say that the jury is still out. Right now, that's the sidebar's ruling. Stay tuned, wrestling fans.
Here's the deal. Commercial advertisements are supposed to sell you something. The more annoying the ad, the more likely you are to watch it. Lately, it seems companies have come up with a truly annoying way to sell you their product. Highly stylized commercials using an obscure character just wandering around, spouting off the incredible value of their product. And the camera keeps shaking around, giving odd angles, extreme close-ups, generally making you nauseous. Bottom line, why pay big bucks to a big name to memorize a bunch of lines when you can cut the budget by using one camera, a cheap actor, and a pair of scissors?
Saturday, April 11th at the PWX WrestlePlex. It's the first annual Wrestling Roulette, the event created by you, the fans. 16 names drawn at random, 8 teams created by chance, fighting for an invitation to the main event, the Battle Royal. Only one man will win, and he automatically receives a slot at the Heavyweight Championship. It's the Wrestling Roulette. Saturday night, April 11th.
JB,
Denny.
Darlene,
Tradition Rules T-shirt.
why are we here? They don't want to see us. Get the point, get the shirt.
To order your Tradition Rules T-shirt, send check or money order to Hometown Sports, 833 East Pittsburgh McKeesport Boulevard, North Versailles, PA, 15137. The price is only $15 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Order today!
Folks, here we are, and welcome to this main event. A magnificent match scheduled for you. Gentleman Joe has his big brawler, Mad Mike, out in the middle of the ring, waiting now for a match versus the People's Champion, T Rantula.
T Rantula against Mad Mike. You really don't get much more of a complimentary style as far as two guys that really just take it to each other.
Tarantula wasting no time, and Mad Mike catches him as he comes in. Folks, this is a good old-fashioned brawl.
T Rantula came to get the rush on Mad Mike. He was ready for it.
Mad Mike caught him. Now they're down, and that's nothing but a fight. That's a brawl.
I don't think we're going to see too many gut-wrench suplexes and headlock takedowns in this match.
T Rantula did not expect to be caught rolling into the ring like that, and Mad Mike has the big man down.
I'll tell you what, we know that this feud not only goes back to the time when it was T Rantula against Mad Mike for the heavyweight title, but it certainly goes back to the honeymoon ambush.
That's a massive suplex that had to register on the Richter scale down at the Carnegie Museum.
Very few people can get T Rantula over in a vertical suplex like that. Of course, Mad Mike is one of the biggest and the toughest that they come here in PWX.
Mad Mike's got that bad knee, and maybe the force of taking Tarantula over like that caused something in it to snap, because he is limping clearly in the middle of the ring.
Well, we've got Mad Mike in there with that Kentucky jersey on. That's part of his gang colors. He doesn't explain too much more than that, other than it's a gang thing. So
and now the Australian boot to the chin. He's taking Tarantula. It looks like all the way down onto the concrete.
This is unusual. Usually you don't see people that can take it to T Rantula like this, and it's certainly rare when T Rantula's getting it. He's down on his back, taking the brunt of the punishment.
Those are nothing but roundhouse rights. No effort made at all to try to hit him with a forearm or with the open fist. He's just throwing everything with the kitchen sink. And now they're standing toe-to-toe and trading big blows.
Big punch, and he dropped Mike with that right hand.
We've seen a whole new Tarantula after the Gentleman's Club hit them in the honeymoon ambush. And this T Rantula means business.
Huge clothesline by T Rantula. He really dropped Mad Mike with that one. Big boot to the back. T Rantula's not out here to monkey around with the pinfall. He's ready to to inflict a lot of punishment on Mad Mike.
Both wrestlers' faces covered in welts. You can see the devastation behind those punches as Mad Mike goes out over the second rope and onto the concrete.
Well, this is a long time coming, long time coming. Team Rantula's never liked the Gentleman's Club, and he's always ready to inflict punishment on one of their members.
Mad Mike's knee has buckled under him, and Tarantula now's gone out to get him. Takes him hard into that post, and you can see the entire ring shake.
There we go.
He's trying for the Nacho Ordinary move, and he collects.
Team Rantula with that face full of nachos to Mad Mike.
Now the fans are continuing to feed nacho cheese at him. Mad Mike catches another one. People in the front row are now covered in nacho cheese.
They're covered in cheese and chips. Mad Mike's on the ground, and Team Rantula just doesn't care.
CK, this is all beginning to hit a little too close to home.
Oh, brother. You're seeing it all now.
Mad Mike is definitely the cheesiest wrestler now in the PWX, and he rolls himself back onto the apron.
Well, maybe Mad Mike missed his dinner tonight. His hair is covered in cheese. Look at that.
Takes him up and slams him right down in the center of the ring, and now he's just going to choke him. He's taking out all his frustrations with the Gentleman's Club on Mad Mike.
That's
Mad
exactly
Mike
right.
is known as the leader of the honeymoon ambush. Tarantula knows it, you know it, I know it. You just can't prove it in a court of law.
Well, he was that one on that video clip that they showed on TV here about probably 8 weeks ago, bragging about it, making a joke. So T Rantula didn't take too kindly to that.
Not so funny now. But look, he's no gentleman, is Joe. What's he trying to do out there? Looks like he's trying to intimidate the Black Widow. Tarantula now up on the third rope.
High cross body by T Rantula. Holy cow, I've seen it all now.
A high-flying move from a man who's known as a mat wrestler. Look out now, here's the rest of the Gentleman's Club. They've got a 4x8 table with them. Remember, Tarantula broke a table with Mad Mike's head not too long ago. Looks like the Gentleman's Club remembers it, and they're gonna try to get revenge.
That's exactly right. Well, you got Quinn Magnum out here along with the player, the 3 members of the Gentleman's Club. And you've also got Gentleman Joe. He's getting his hands all over Black Widow.
He's got his hands on the Black Widow. He's forcing her to watch. Where is the rest of the web?
They're just taking it to T Rantula. It's 3-on-1, and he's not in any condition to take them on.
That table is now set up in the middle.
They got him laying on the table, Mad Mike.
T Rantula's on it. Here comes Mad Mike.
Oh!
And he connects. The table breaks. Tarantula down on a pile of splintered wood.
This is out of control. This is absolutely out of control. They need to get
Things
some
are
order.
out of hand as the entire Gentleman's Club is in and out. Finally, here comes the rest of the web. They've managed to clear house, but the damage has already been done.
You had them place T Rantula on a table in the ring, and Mad Mike coming off the top rope.
Mad Mike covered in cheese, but he's still victorious. And it looks like we've got some extracurricular activity going on here. This looks like an episode of the Jerry Springer Show. Folks from the audience drawing after members of the Gentleman's Club.
You got the members of the Gentleman's Club literally getting mixed up with the people in the ringside area.
Folks, let me remind you, there's a capacity crowd here tonight. But just because you buy a ticket, you've got to stay out of the action.
We've got officials here trying to get the Gentleman's Club in the back to keep this whole building from rioting here. T Rantula's still down. He's clearly very injured. Devious and the Mauler are trying to get him out of here.
A terrible, terrible turn of events. We've got the staff back there, the PWX medical staff. Will be able to examine Tarantula and treat him when we get him in the back. He was taken off the top rope by Mad Mike. They left him lying in a pile of splinters. And now they're helping him back to his locker room. The Black Widow was held by the hair by Gentleman Joe and forced to witness the whole thing. Just just a terrible, terrible turn of events here for the People's Champion, T Rantula.
T Rantula, the Gentlemen's Club, this is not over yet.